right? So to start with, we have to define first our terms, no? Some important terms that we have to encounter or that we'll be encountering later on in the later part of our discussion. Starting with annuity. Okay, so what is meant by annuity? So annuity is a sequence of equal payments made at equal periods or time intervals. These payments may be made annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or sometimes it is bi-monthly. Okay, so starting with, we have here a definition of payment interval. Okay, so what is meant by payment interval? Okay, so this is the time between successive payments of an annuity. So that's why if you're going to make murag number line, no, pasensya naman ako line kay wala siya kayo straight. Let's say for example, if this line signifies your whole year payment, no, so you are going to, and then your policy states that you are going to pay monthly. So you're going to pay 12 equal interval or period here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So kana siya mo nang imo murag schedule no sa imo payment for the whole year. Okay? So again, it will depend on your policy or on your application. Okay? So successive siya, it's because dapat sunod-sunod. Dili pwede nga nag-pay ka sa January. Okay? For example, ang imo policy says that you are going to pay monthly. So it should be January, February, March, dili pwede nga nailaktaw because your policy says that you are going to pay your dues monthly. Okay? So that is what is meant by payment interval, right? Now, ang term, okay? So the term of an annuity is the time between the first payment interval and the last payment interval. So if your first payment interval is kani siya nga line here and your last payment interval is here, so kani siya in between, this is your terms. So the whole duration from start to end, the whole duration is your term. Be it whole year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and so on. No, payable for 4 years, payable for 5 years. So let's say, for example, you are applying for a car loan, and you will be paying your dues monthly within 4 years. So your term is 4 years. Okay. Now the periodic payment denoted by capital R. Okay, so this one, makita na to later on sa ato inig-introduce na to sa ato formula. So the periodic payment denoted by R is the amount of each payment. Okay, so pila man di ay imo bayaran. Let's say for example, your policy says that you are going to pay every month or monthly. So pila man di ay imo bayaran every month, starting with the first up to the last payment. And again, this should be equal, no? Equal payments, yeah, as what we have defined on our previous definition, equal payments, no? Nakuha, nakasunod? Okay, so here, dapat, ang ato periodic payment here, denoted by R, should be equal from the start to end, right? So, another definition is that a simple annuity, okay? So, a simple annuity is an annuity in which the payment interval is the same as the interest period. So, more likely, this is somewhat the same, no, with your simple interest, okay, or compound interest nga discussion. Now, your annuity is just the same. No, the annuity is that the payment or your annuity is just the same with your payment interval or with your interest period. Okay, so later on ato na siya mas masabtan pa nato later on sa ato example. Okay? Now, if the payment intervals are not the same as the interest period, of course, kaya di naman siya the same, dili na siya matawag nato nga simple annuity. Okay, we defined earlier that simple annuity is an annuity in which the payment interval is the same as the interest period. Now, if dili na siya nato mamit nga condition, then the annuity will not become a simple annuity. It will become a general annuity. Okay? So mahimo na siya nga general annuity. Again, if the payment intervals are not the same as the interest period, then the annuity is called now the general annuity. Although naalay gamay na derivation no, sa iyang formula or difference between the two, the simple annuity and the general annuity. Okay, so these are some of the terms no, that you have to familiarize with as we go along with our discussion. Now, example, we have here a problem that says a 4-year lease agreement between Alfred and Thrifty Mall Incorporated, or the TMI, indicates that Alfred pays TMI an amount of 100,000. Okay? At the end of every year, if the agreed interest rate is 5% compounded quarterly. Okay? So here, in this example, the payment period is whole year. No? Kaya every year man siya. Okay, asam to siya. Every year. Yara, every year. So meaning, the payment period is a whole year. Okay? So however, the interest period is quarterly or every 3 months because it says there that their agreement is with 5% compounded quarterly. Okay? So hence, the annuity is a general annuity. Nga no? Dili the same. Okay? Ato gi-defend gani ha? General siya. It's because dili the same ang payment interval sa iya interest period. Okay, so this example is an example, or this problem is an example of a general annuity. Okay, going back to our problem again. In this example, no, again, ito balik ko, no, the payment period is a whole year, every year man. Okay? However, the interest period na ilan nasabutan using the interest rate of 5% is quarterly or every 3 months. No? So every 3 months, the first 3 months, pay. The second 3 months na po, pay na po. Okay, so January to March, first payment. April to June, second payment. July to September, third payment. October to December, fourth payment. So in this case, again, our payment, no, and the interest period is not the same. So this is an example of what we term as, isa to? General annuity. Annuity. Okay. Right? So nakasunod pa ba, class?
Sir.
Yes? Okay, nakasunod pa. Alright. Next, another example. Remy needs to repay her debt to Marvin by paying an amount of 150 pesos at the end of every 6 months for 4 years. Okay, so for the whole term, ang term niya diha is 4 years. Remy needs to repay her debt to Marvin by paying an amount of 150 pesos at the end of every 6 months for 4 years in a bank account that gives an interest rate of 4.35% compounded semi-annually. Okay, so this example, right? This example is, or this problem is an example of a simple annuity since the payment intervals are the same as the interest period. So if ato na siya himuan o timeline, kasi for example, bahala na ng linya ha, basta kayo mauna na siya. Okay, so start to end, katibutan nga rin 4, so this is a 4, kay 4 years man, no? So 4 years man, start ta nga rito sa 0. Okay, so this is our timeline kumbaga sa ato periodic payment, okay? Oo. Pasensya na mo sa ako agi, pero mabasa pa man siguro siya. Alright, periodic payment. So again, ingon siya that Marvin will be paying an amount of 150 pesos. So ato sa ni siya i-divide into terms, no? So this is, for example, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and naadiya ang 4. Okay? So every 6 months daw, every 6 months for 4 years. So every 6 months, magbayad siya mari 150. Tapos, in another 6 months na pod, 150 na pod. Nya, mari na pod, 150. 150. Nya, 150. 150. Nya, 6 months na pod, 150. Hantod, inig ka 4 years. 150 ang iya ibayad. Okay? So, in this case, so pila man ang iya term? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is 1, you can diha 0 to 1, 2 from 1 to 2, 3, 2 to 3, and 4, 3 to 4. And every, sa tawag ni siya, every payment, okay, every payment niya will be, Marvin will be giving 150 pesos. Okay, so the same, no? The same ang iya bayaran, or the same ang, sa tawag ni siya, the same ang simple annuity siya since the payment intervals are the same as the interest period. Okay, so kung ang iya payment interval, asa man iya payment interval ani? Asa man ang iya payment interval ani? Di ba? Every 6 months. Kunya, semi-annually. When we say semi-annually, every 6 months magyapon na siya because we have 12 months in a year. No? So ang payment interval o ang interest sa term to interest period is the same or are the same. Okay? So every 6 months mag-pay siya payment interval. Kunya interest period semi-annually, compounded semi-annually, this is the interest period semi-annually. So the same sila. So this is an example of simple annuity. Okay? So magbayad siya every 6 months. Yung interest period is compounded semi-annually. Right? So there are, sa kapag ikayong ganihan, no, there are 3 types of simple annuities. Okay? So there are 3 types of simple annuities. And they are, let me see if naabata. Okay. Yes. The first one is the ordinary annuity. The second is the annuity dues. The third one is the deferred annuities. Okay, so we will discuss each one by one. So these annuities, these 3, differ only by the date of the first regular payment, and it would be natural, it would be natural to see a relationship between the formulas for the accumulated value or present value of an annuity compared to the other. So mag-differ lang di ay sila sa first regular payment. Kung mag-start ba dayon or adto na sa sunod nga buwan or adto sa sunod nga payment. Okay? So ngara lang sila mag-differ, no, ang ato 3 types of annuities. Again, the 3 types of annuities are ordinary annuity, annuity dues, and deferred annuity. Okay? So starting with ordinary annuity, so it is a definition, no? Definition. It is an annuity in which the payments are made at the end of each payment interval. Okay? So at the end of each payment interval. So mayon gani siya monthly, so at the end of the month kasi magbayad. Dili is at the beginning of the month. Okay? So muna to, for example, mato periodic payment. So ngari siya mag-start, ngari pa siya mag-start. Kung iya policy is this, so at the end man of each payment, so anhin na siya mag-start, no, ang payment. Okay? So maning first interval, second interval, third, fourth, and so on. Okay? So, and the sum, no, the sum or accumulated value of the annuity, or some references, it is the amount of an ordinary annuity denoted by S. Muna makita nato sa to formula, S. Amor nata sa sunod na slide. Alright, there. So the sum or accumulated value of the annuity or amount of an ordinary annuity denoted by S is given by this equation. Okay? So, kani siya. Mo ni siya ang ato formula, no? Kana kung ang ato gipangita is the sum or accumulated value of an annuity or the amount of an ordinary annuity. Okay, so this is denoted by S. The present value of an ordinary annuity denoted by A, so kanang A is the present value. Okay, so when we say A, it is the present value. Kumbaga sa katong simple and compound interest, this is the P. Okay, that is the P. No, kung sa kuan pa na siya, kung sa tawag na siya sa simple and compound interest. And this S, the simple and compound interest, is somewhat related to your F, or what we term as the feature value, or MV, the maturity value, no? So mao na siya ang murag almost murag ato siya gi relate kumbaga. Okay? So the present value is denoted by this equation or formula, right? And then, example, no, we have an example here to further illustrate this kind of annuity. So we have Michelle. No, Michelle wants to venture into the food business stands. She plans to create a fund by making deposits of 30,000 pesos at the end of every 6 months in a bank that gives 4% interest compounded semi-annually. 6 months interest, or I mean period, interval, semi-annually, interest period, the same. So again, this is an example of a simple annuity. Okay? Okay, the same, no? How much money will be in the fund after 4 years? Okay? So pila man daw ang iya kwarta sa fund niya if mag-start siya making deposit an amount of 30,000 pesos every 6 months or at the end of every 6 months. So, kung himuan na nato og timeline, kumbaga, no, ato number line here. Okay, so starting with, of course, 0 tadiha, and then this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay? So, semi-annually every 6 months. So, naapa na siya in between diha, ano? And then, every 6 months daw, Michelle will be depositing an amount of 30K. 30K. So, may mag-start, no? 30K, 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 30, 30, 30, another 30, and last 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 payment periods. Okay? So ang ato term here, again, mao ni siya kung murag ang term kumbaga ba sa ato ani is mao ni siya ang duration, no? So 4 years ato term here. Okay? So if you're going to count manually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 yun na siya. Okay, 4 times 2, no? Kay Michelle will be paying twice a year kay semi-annually man. So 4 times 2, dapat na siya 8 payments nga mahimo for the whole term. Okay? So ato na siya i-compute. So in this example, or in this problem, we see that the regular payments are, okay, so asan ta ko cursor? Okay, ang ato R here is 30,000. Okay? So natay given nga ang ato payment here is 30,000 pesos. Okay? And the interest rate per period is given by I, no, is equal to 0.04. No? Remember that you have to convert the percent notation to decimal. So ang 4%, mahimo na siyang 0.04 divide by 2 kay semi-annually man, no? Going back to our problem. Okay? So 4%, 4% semi-annually. So ang 4% i-divide na to siya by 2. Okay? So that's why you have there 0.04 divided by 2. That will be our I. And this is equal to 0.02. Tama? Okay? So since payments are made twice a year for 4 years, the total number of payments N, okay, N is equal to 8. Diba? Ito siya gi-count ganihan, no? Ay, sorry. Ito siya gi-count. Diba? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our N here is 8. Okay? So, using the formula, so sa ito formula, so to get the computed value of the annuity, we have S. Kaya ingon ang gipangutan ng ano S ato gigamit. Kaya ang iyang gipangutan is how much money will be in the fund after 4 years. Meaning, ang tibuok, no? Ang tibuok nga kwarta nga iya madawat after 4 years. Or ang iya matigom sa iya deposit after 4 years. So, ato ipangita nga is the S or the sum, no? Or the accumulated value. Ay, sorry, nalapas na. The accumulated value. So S is equal to R. Okay, R. Siguro ang uban naglibong na itong kay as I review no the handouts na ako ihatag ninyo na ay mga typographical error, wala nag-jive ang given sa computation. Siguro sa katong example number 3 siguro to imbis nga 894 nahimog 984, instead nga 15,500 nahimog 15,000. Mo siguro itong wala nag-jive ang ato computation. Anyway, so here, no? So S is equal to R, quantity 1 plus I. Okay, so I hope that you have with you your formula, copy of formula. Raised to N minus 1 over I. Okay, so substituting all the values, ang ato R is 30,000, no? And then 1 plus our I here is 0.02. Okay, 0.02. Then ato N is 8 minus 1 over ato I is 0.02 still. Okay, so therefore this is equal to using your calculator, sige daw, kung na may calculator diha, this will become 30,000 multiplied by unahon ni nato, no? Ang i-add nato ang 1 og si 1.0 1 og si 0.02. So 1.02, then ato na siya i-raise to the power of 8. Okay, minus 1. Then usa pa nato i-divide ni 0.02. Okay? So divide 0.02. So here this is 8.58296905. So Just check if kuan sakto ang ako computation. I hope na the same tag computation sa calculator. Ito balik ko, no? So, 1.02 raised to the power of 8 minus 1 divided by 0.02. So, that's 8.58296905. Then, ato na siya i-multiply ni 30,000. 30,000. So, the answer here is 257, 489. 489.2 decimal places lang ta. Okay? 2 decimal places. So, this is your accumulated value of the annuity. I hope na the same tag solution or the same tag computation. Okay, so I hope na nakasunod po ta. Okay, so kaya ang gipangutan naman nato is how much daw sa to problem, how much money will be in the fund after 4 years. So we are looking for the accumulated value of the annuity. So that's why we are using the S. No? Okay. Next, let's proceed to the next example. So here, a father wants to invest 1.5 million in a financial institution that gives 8% compounded monthly so that he could give a monthly allowance for his daughter for the next 15 years. How much will the monthly allowance be? So, unsa ka ang ato gipangita nga ri? Anyone? Unsa ka ang ato gipangita nga ri?
Ang periodic payment, sir.
Yes, the periodic payment, meaning ang iya bayaran kada bulan. Tama? Okay, so in this problem, the monthly allowance, excuse me. So in this problem, the monthly allowance for 15 years, no, di ba 15 years man, is unknown. Okay, mo man ito ipangita kung pila man ang iya allowance no every month. And that the present value of this allowances should amount to 1.5 million. Dapat mo the same siya ani 1.5 million. Where the rate of interest is ang ato ay in ato rate ana is 0.08, ang 8% again. Ang 8% ato siya convert to decimal over 12. Ano 12? Compounded monthly. And in a year, there are 12 months, right? So that would become basta mauna siya. Later na lang na to isolve na siya. Okay? And then our N here is 12 periods, periodic periods, kay monthly month, times the term 15 years. So, yun naman ang 12 times 15. This is 180. Tama ba? 180, no? Nakasunod pa, guys? Okay? Sige.
Yes, sir.
Okay, narita sa next slide.
Yes, sir.
So, mo na to siya, mo to ato given, no? Going back to our given, natin given na present value of 1.5 million. Okay? This is your A. Di ba? A ang ato present value. No? And then this is our A. And then we are given I, 0.08 or 8% compounded monthly. So that's why ato siya 0.08 divided by 12. Right? And then our N is 12 monthly or 12 periods times 15 terms, 15 years. So that's 180. So given man ta ni present value, so we can use A here. Is equal to, going back to our formula, no? R 1 minus 1 plus I susunod ani raised to negative n ba to? Over 1 over unsa siya I nang siguro ni? Sakto ba?
Yes, sir.
Kaya hindi check kung sakto ang ako formula. Di na ako kuan basig na sayo ako pag-recall. Sakto ako formula, no? Okay. So ato na lang replace. No, ato na lang i-replace. By the way, ang ato gipangita is the R. Sakto to ang giingon ni Karil ganiha that we are looking for the monthly payments. So we are looking for R. But we are given with the value of A, the value of your N, the value of your I. So all we have to do is to replace the value here. A here is 1.5 million. That's your present value. Unknown R, 1 minus 1 plus I nato here is pila ka to 1 over pila to ganiha ato I, that's 0.08 divide 12 this is just equal to 1 over 150, I guess. 1 over 150. Yeah. So this is just equal to 1 over 150. Okay. Sorry, nalapas. Na. So 1 plus, ang ato I is 1 over 150 or that's 0.0006, 0.006 something. Okay? Raised to, our n is, pila to? 180 ba to ato n? Our n is, yes, 180.
Yes,
So
sir.
negative 180 ni siya. Negative 180 over 1 over 150. Right? So therefore, R, ato i-derive ang ato formula, R is equal to 1.5 million, 1.5 million over, okay, ang kanisya, maibutang na sa denominator, no? So mahimo ni siya nga 1 minus 1 plus 1 over 150, okay? Raised to negative 180 over 1 over 150. Okay. So pila ka ha? So use your calculator there. Unahon na to ang nasa parentheses no, para dili masayo. So that's 1 divided by 150 plus 1 raised to negative 180. Tapos 1 minus the answer. Okay? Tapos i-divide na to siya sa 1 over 150. So that's 104. No? So ato ibutang ari 150 or 1 million, 1.5 million over 104.6405922. So 1.5 million, 1, 2, 3, divide by the answer, that's 14,000. Okay, so this is the monthly payment, 14,334.2 decimal places, 78. Okay, that's your monthly payments. Can you follow? So meaning, si kisa ganini, so ang father, if he wanted to invest a 1.5 million in a financial institution that gives an 8% compound monthly interest for the next 15 years, he should give a monthly allowance no, to his daughter for an amount of 14,334.78. So ang kaning 14,334.78, mao ni ang iya i-deposit or i-save every month within 15 years. Okay? Okay, so that's the monthly allowance of the daughter from the investment is 14,334.78. Right? Can we proceed to the next example? Yes. Okay. Mario wants to accumulate 100,000 pesos by making deposits of 500 at the end of every month in a cooperative bank that gives 5% interest rate compounded monthly. At least how many payments should he make to the bank to attain his investment goal? The investment goal man si Mario be. So pila man di ay ang iya monthly or ang iya payments nga dapat himuon to attain 100,000. Okay? If ang iya tagaan, ang iya makaya lang is 500 pesos. So, meaning, kapila di ay siya maghatag o tag 500 para makaabot siya og 100,000 sa bangko that offers him a 5% interest rate compounded monthly. Okay? So, the following given are, so we are given with, saan yung cursor? Okay. So, we are given, no? Sometimes, kani baya ang pag-determine kung sa mga given o kung sa ang unknown, not sometimes but usually, no, makatabang baya ni nato nga easier ang ato pag-solve. Okay, so we are given with S, that's 100,000, that's your accumulated value of annuity. We have also given by R the monthly payment, which is equal to 500 pesos. Mo man lagi iya makuan afford. And we are also given with I, which is 5% compounded monthly, so that's 0.05 divided by 12, okay, monthly. Right? And we wish to find the value of n. So ang n ang ato gipangita karon. Pila man ang ato payments. Okay, pila man ang payments nga iya himuon para makaabot siya og 100,000. Okay. So in the formula, Okay, ngalita sa okay. So in the formula nga katong S, di ba namtay given tag S, given tag R, given tag I. So we can actually use the formula of S is equal to R. So ito sunod ani 1 plus I ba to raised to N. Okay? Minus 1 over I. Correct me if sa'yo pa ako formula ang gigamit. Sakto ba ni 1 plus I raised to okay. That's it. Solving for N, by the way, given ta S, check. Given ta R, check. Given ta I, check. But, ang atong ipangita is the N. You can solve that one by substituting directly the values of your known data, or you can actually use your knowledge in algebra by derivation sa formula to find the value of N here. Okay, so N can actually be solved using the log of this one log of S, the log of SI over R plus 1 over the log of 1 plus I. Okay, so thus, plugging in the known values, we obtain the value of N here. So let's find out, So this is N log of S here, plug it out to S. 100,000 na to? Yes, 100,000. Okay. So 100,000. 100,000 times our I is 0.05 over 12. Our I here is 0.05 over 12. And then over R. Our R is 500 plus 1. Okay? Over the log of 1 plus 0.05 over 12. Sige daw. Tanaw ni siya. So this is excuse me. This is 0.05 divided by 12 times 100,000 divided by 500 plus 1. This is log of 1.833333 and so on over log of 0.05 divided by 12 plus 1 log of 1.0041666667. So this is log of 1.833333 divided by log of 1.0041666667. This is 145.78 or approximately ato na lang siya round off to 146 payments. Okay? I hope nakasunod mo sa calculator. Naka-follow, naggamit mo calculator right now, guys. Okay, sakto man sa ako
Yes, sir.
calculator here. Okay, very
Yes, sir.
good. Very good. Okay. So, yun. So, 145. Basta mo sobra na gani siya, i-round off na lang nato to the next. Okay? To the next integer. So, 145.78 will become 146. Ayaw i-145 kay kulang siya. Mas maayo man ang manubra kaysa magkulang. Di ba? Kay kung 145 lang, for sure, dili siya kaabot og 100,000. No, at least manubra, makaabot siya mga 100,000, musobra lang siya gamay. Okay? So, Mario should at least make how many deposits? 146, no? So Mario should make at least 146 deposits amounting to 500 each to accumulate an amount of 100,000 pesos in the bank. Okay? Questions? So John bought a car worth 894,000. He paid 90,000 cash and agreed to pay 15,000 at the end of every month for 10 years. Okay, so every month, so 12 periods in a year. Kunya, 12 periods times 10 na po, kay 10 years. At what nominal rate compound monthly was he charged? Okay, so mao nang ato pangitaon karon. Alright, so again, the following given are, okay, the following given are, so given na itong A, no, we have given A, the present value, which is the 894. Okay, and we're also given with R, the payment, no, the amount of payment made, which is equal to 15,000. And time, or the terms in years, that's 10 years. And your M, or the period, that's your 12. Or ato na lang siya edit so kahangakuan. Kaysa edit so na lang nato nga ano. Edit so na lang nato nga N. Di ba? Sige, ayun na lang. Kaya basi magamit nato later. Okay? So we wish to find the value of J. Okay? The value of J. Remember that J is equal to I. Remember that our original formula is I is given by J over M. Okay? J over M. The rate over the interest period. Kung quarterly, monthly, semi-annually, and so on. Okay? So, ang ato J, ang ato gipangita, ang rate. So, makita na to si J once makakreate na tag formula or entry point in finding I. Alright? So, pangitaan to si J here. No? So, write na to solution. So, we have, okay, if A is given, so solving for I, in the equation n squared minus 1, mauna ni siya ang katong natay quadratic formula. No? If makita niyo sa handa siya natay quadratic formula. I squared plus sama ko dapitan ni n squared minus 1 I squared plus, okay, 6 n plus 1 I plus 12, because there are 12 months in a year. 1 minus nr over a equals 0. Kana kung A ang given. Pero kung S is given, ano sa given sa to problem? A. Okay, A ang given. Okay. But if S is given, then solving for I, in the equation n squared minus 1 I squared minus 6n, or minus 6 6n minus 1 I plus 12 siya, 1 minus nr over s o 0. The same language siya, nga rin lang sila nag-differ. Okay? So, these equations are not quadratic in form, and the use of quadratic formula to solve for I leads us to I. So, kato ng ato I is equal to negative b, if you can still recall the quadratic equation formula, plus minus a squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, where m, and then to solve for the nominal rate, we have j, kay j man nato ipangita, we have j, I, m, where I is your, yeah, okay, given naman ng I, and your M is the number of conversions per year. Conversions per year, so kung semi-annually, 2. Kung monthly, 12. Okay? So, space. Okay. So, using the formula here, ito nga rin na natin isuwat ang ato solution. Okay. So, that will become 120. Ano 120 kay 10 years, if you can still recall, our problem is 10 years monthly. So, 10 times 12. Okay. So, that's 120, your n. Okay. 120 squared minus 1 tapos I squared minus plus kay ang ato gigamit kay A man ang given, so we will use the plus 6 n is 120 plus 1 I, okay, plus 12 kani siya 12 1 minus n is 120. Our R is ano to R 15,000. Okay, 15,000 15,000 over A. Our A is 894. Okay. Ano siya? Equals 0. So this will become, kung ato na siya tawag na siya i-operate, no? Ang operation. Okay, so continue the process. That will become ato i-squared ang 120. So that is, ilan na siya? 100. So this is 143, 99, sorry, 14,300, eraser. So this is 14,000, 14,399 I squared plus 726I minus 12.1611 plus 0. Ato na siya i-calculator na lang nato tanan diha. Okay? So that would be our working equation now. No? So we can now use the quadratic formula. So kani siya, we can now use the quadratic formula here. So this is equal to I is equal to negative 726. Kani man ato B. No, this is our B. Our A, B, and then C. Okay, so our B is 726. So this will become negative 726 plus minus the square root of 726 squared minus 4 times A, 14399. C is 12, negative na siya, negative 12.1611. A nice space. Okay, over 2A. 2 times 14399. So i-calculate na nato, I is equal to pila? Duha ang value anino, plus o minus. Sige, isolve diha. Upon solving, you can have a value of I which is equal to negative 064 and positive 0133. Ato gamiton si positive, ayaw gamita si negative. Because we are talking of the length, no? So, positive to gamiton. So, the value of negative 0.064 is not possible. So, we will use the root of equal to 0.0133. Okay, so the nominal rate, so kanisiya, the nominal rate, J is equal to I, which is 0.0133 times M, which is 12, okay, monthly man. So this is equal to pila na siya? This is 1596 or equal to 15.96%. Okay, sakto ba? So 0.0133 times 12 times 100, that's 15.96%. Okay, so that's it. So the answer there is 15.96%. So mauna dapat, sa di pangutang rate, at what nominal rate compounded monthly what was he charged? So gi-charge siya o 15.96% compounded monthly. Okay, another example, we still have, Sheena wanted to save 500,000 in 15 years. She was proposed by a fund manager to invest 7,500 every quarter at Sigma Investment Group. Find the interest rate given by Sigma Investment Group. So the following, or the problem, give us a value of S. Pila ang S? Pila ang S here? We have accumulated amount of 500,000. And then we have also R, the payment, which is equal to 7,500, right? Okay, 7,500. We have also the term, pila ka years? 15 years, all right? We have the M, the conversion period. Pila ang conversion period? Quarterly, no? So 4 ato M, all right? And we wish to find the value of J. She was supposed to find the interest rate given the sigma. Okay, J. Murag the same, no? The same solution ba sa ato last problem? Ingani, no? The same problem. At what nominal rate? Okay. So the same. So J ang gipangita. Okay? J ang gipangita. So our solution here, so this will become to find J. So we will use the given equation 60. Ano 60? This is quarterly, no? This is 4 quarterly times 15. So 60 na dapat. Okay? So that's 60 squared minus 1 I squared minus, ngano minus? Kay S man ang ato given. Okay, asa man to siya? So kani siya. Gani nga A ato gigamit kay A man ang given. Karon kay S man ato given. This is not accumulated. Accumulated. S. Okay. So minus 6. Okay, constant na siya. 60 minus 1 I plus 12. 1 minus 60 times 7,500 over 500,000 equals 0. So our quadratic equation will become 3,599 sakto ba? 3,999 or 3,599 or 399. Ito i-check. Let's check. So this is 60 squared, 3,600 minus 1. So 3,599 squared. Tama, 3,599. 3,599 squared. So 3,599 squared, I squared minus 354I. No, 354. Dapat 359. 6 times 6 naman di ay. 60 minus 1 times 6. 354. Tama. 354I plus 1.2 equals 0. Okay, 60. 60 times 7,500. Divide 500,000. 1 minus the answer. Times 12. 1.0. Perfect. Okay, so that's our quadratic equation. So using the equation now, I is equal to negative B. Negative B, so that's negative, may mo siya positive, no? May mo na positive. 354. Okay, 354 plus minus B squared, that's 354. 354 squared minus 4 times A, 3,599. C is 1.2 over 2 times 3,599. Okay, so this is 354 plus minus 354. 354 squared, that's 125. 125, 316 minus 3,599 times 1.2 times 4, 17. I hope nakasunod mo. 275.2. Use your calculator, no? Para makasunod. 2 times 3,599. So this is 7,198. Okay. So this is 354 plus minus the square root of, pila na siyang 125. 125, 316 minus 17, 275.2. Okay. That's square root of, hindi na lang natubutangan og square root, dito na lang ta. Erase. Dito na lang ta. Para dili og space. Square root of the answer. That's 300. 328.6951475 over 7198. Mo negative siya kung pwede no, pwede positive. Okay, duha ato makuha ani kay puro positive ang answer. So using the positive, kung ato kuhaon ang positive, so positive sa ato kuhaon. So this is 354 plus 328.6951475 over 7198. So this is 354 plus 328.6951475 divide 7198. This is 0.0948. Kung ang negative ato gamiton, this is 354 minus 328.6951475 over 7198. This is 0.0035. So we obtain, no, here, we obtain two values of I, which are 0.0948 and 0.0035. To determine which is the right interest rate here, we have to solve of S using both values. Kung asa ang mo equal to 500,000 or more or less equal to 500,000. Okay? So, sorry. Ganun na lang. So, mo equal to 100,000. So, again, natin value nga 0.0948 and 0.0035. So, kung naa kay value ni S, or ato pangitaon si S, which is 7,000, dito na lang ta sa formula, 7,500, 1 plus, gamito na ito si 0.0948, 48, raised to 60. Okay? Raised to 60, kay 15 times 4 again, minus 1 over the 0.0948. So this is approximately equal to 18,048 or 18 million 48,483.6. Kung ang usa to gamiton, 7,500 sa 1 plus 0.0035 raised to 60 minus 1 over 0.0035. Calculator, please. I guess this is approximately equal to 499,769.62. So more or less, kani ang dool-dool ni 500,000. So our answer for I is, ang ato gamiton is the 0.0035. Okay? So ato gipangita is J man. So ito yung formula ni J. J is, asan to si J? Kalimut na ko. J is I times M, no? J is equal to I times M. Our again, ang ato gamiton nga I is si 0.0035. Kay si 0.0948 layo kaayo, no? So 0.0035 times M, 4. So this is 0.0035 times 4. That's 0.014 or equal to times 100, 1.4%. That's your J. Okay, nakuha na to ang 1.4%. Question, class?